Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 259. I am not Edward Barnell. I am your substitute host, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the gallivanting Galutrad himself, Jacob Taylor.
What's going on, everybody? I've given up on the thing. You just need to rework it, Jacob. I need somebody to remind me.
So, like on Sunday night, if I just send you a text and be like, "Hey, are you ready for tomorrow?"
Yeah,
and
that'll work.
You'll either be like, "Yeah," or "No, thanks for reminding me." We'll get to Monday night, and you'll be like, "I'm giving up."
I'm giving up on everything.
Also joining us is the gallivanting? No, that's wrong.
Me.
That's you. The devastating Dungeoneer, David Lasby. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, everybody.
Sometimes I just tune out when Ed's giving everybody nicknames. I'm just kind of, trying to make sure everything's running smoothly. Also, special guest tonight. Let's see. What kind of nickname do we give you? Still sane Shane. That's your Twitter handle, though. It's not really
the most positive person on the internet.
It's true.
That's right.
Yes.
Writer for another Zelda podcast.
I am a writer and few podcasts under my belt with them. So, yes.
But it's another Zelda podcast, not
another Zelda podcast.
Another Zelda podcast?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Shane. How are you?
I'm good. This is, I think, the first time I actually spoke to you.
Yeah,
on camera.
It is.
So
it is. This is nice. This is nice.
Yes, it is. I agree. I concur.
Ed is, I don't know, probably in the drive-through of some fast food, training his ironclad stomach somewhere. I don't know what he's doing.
He's trying different Kit Kats and stuff.
Yeah, that's probably true too. How's everyone doing tonight? Everybody good? Everybody have a good weekend? Everybody staying safe? Staying gaming?
Yeah.
Been pretty good weekend.
Nice.
I had an awesome weekend, but it's not Nintendo, but I'm so excited for Aliens Fireteam Elite to come out tonight. Right at 9 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be hopping on my Xbox.
All right.
So.
I'm right there with you, but on the Destiny side, because the new season of Destiny starts tomorrow. So it's in the big Witch Queen reveal is tomorrow, and they released released a big trailer today, or not a big trailer, but like a 10-second teaser today.
Okay.
But by the time this episode comes out on podcast feeds, it'll already have happened. It's wild. They showed Savathun for the first time, like really showed her.
So yeah, I want to come on Destiny podcast at some point in time. Because I don't know if you know this, Corey, but I put in like almost 2,000 hours into Destiny 1, but I barely skimmed Destiny 2.
What?
Yeah.
What are you playing on?
I play now on a PC. The reason that I haven't really touched it is because I was playing on Xbox, but then I got rid of my Xbox. And I started playing on PC, and they've been for like the past 2 years. They've been like, crossplay is coming.
Good news for you, Jacob. Crossplay is coming tomorrow.
Is it really?
Yes.
Finally. All right. Well, then we need to play some this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I love Destiny. I'm a big looter shooter fan, and that spoke Titans all the way.
Yes. Titan Master Race.
Yes, Titan Master Race. The Sun Hammer. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore.
It
but
is.
I love chunking that thing around.
That
was the only good thing about Destiny 2.
There's also
welcome to the Destiny podcast.
There's also a siege. There's also a siege hammer, and it's real big, two-handed now, and you can just kind of like stomp people with it. Oh, and there's a Captain America shield now. Jacob, you're missing out.
Oh my god, I am. My favorite thing to do is shoulder charge people in PvP.
Yes. I am a big fan of the shoulder charge and the shotgun slide. Everything else, I just, not.
So, yeah. Eventually, I need to come on Tower Casuals. But...
Yes. Also, there's new powers since you last. Oh, stasis. You can freeze people, which is giving people a lot of hate in PvP. It's fine. Anyways, Tower Casuals, Thursday nights, Friday mornings, wherever you listen. I don't know. Anyways, this is Nintendo Pow Block. Destiny, definitely not on Nintendo. Man, that was funny. Side tangent, to bring Nintendo back around and Destiny. They asked Luke Smith if Destiny 2 would ever come to Switch, and he's like, no. just straight up said no. Well, we like to start this show with a little segment called Snack Tendo. We talk about what we snacked on, what good eats we had. You know what, Shane, you're the guest. We're going your way first.
All right. We'll start at Saturday because I've had a lot of various foods, so it might take a little bit. But we had a wedding on Saturday, but we didn't eat lunch, so we kind of like between the wedding and the free drinks, we went and got some appetizers. I had some like salmon dip. It had like green onions, red peppers, garlic in it, on top of pita chips that were like freshly made. It was delicious. I had like fish tacos, and I split those with my wife. And then besides the normal wedding food that you normally would have, I'm the kind of guy that likes to get wintergreen lifesavers and put them in my pocket and then hand them out to everybody. So I do that at pretty much every wedding. So can't have too many of those. And Sunday was my birthday, so my mother-in-law brought us out for like a buffet breakfast. It was delicious. Never been to this place before. It's in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Very good. It's just like a little diner. And then my wife made this Chinese honey sesame chicken, homemade, with some white rice, and then she made some beans and mushrooms. Absolutely delicious. And then, of course, I had my DQ ice cream cake.
Got the crunchies, got those chocolate fudge crunchies in there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Still tastes the same, and still is good. And then I did have some of that Dunkin' Thin Mints Girl Scout cookie coffee, iced coffee. Pretty good. And then tonight, I posted the pictures like right before this. My wife made this like, it's a Disney artisan grilled cheese. So I had to buy provolone cheese, sharp cheddar, this like garlic and herb cheese spread, cream cheese, cayenne pepper, and what else was on there? Just a ton of stuff. You'll have to look at the picture, but she grilled it. It's like huge. And then she made homemade tomato soup, and it was awesome. So, I couldn't even finish like my whole sandwich. I saved it for lunch tomorrow, so at least I can enjoy my lunch tomorrow at work. So
nice.
That's
Nothing beats a good grilled cheese and tomato soup. You know.
I know.
You just get that good dunk in there. Also, by the way, fun fact: if you grill a grilled cheese sandwich bread with mayonnaise instead of butter,
that's what you put on their mayo. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really good. Sounds weird, but it's good.
She didn't tell me it was on there. I just ate it, and I'm like, yeah, tastes pretty good. So.
Yeah. David, what did you snack on this weekend?
So I got these. I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, there were like the pretzels and fake cheese little dip things that came in those packages. So
they're still around. My kid eats them.
Yeah. Okay. But like, so that means you eat them too, then, right? Yeah. But Sabre hummus has these dippable things as well, but there's cinnamon sugar sticks with chocolate hummus, and I just got them for my kids as a snack, and then I've eaten through like most of them because they're just so good. And then I've been having that with like a cup of coffee, and so it's like the cinnamon sugar and chocolate dip and then coffee, and it's been my favorite snack tendo this week for sure. Nice.
Chocolate hummus? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's so good. It's really good.
Sounds kind of like I should
gotta give it a
be
try.
Into that.
One of those trick you foods you want to eat that just it tricks you. It tricks your mind.
It does.
You got to do it.
Look, I'm a big fan of chocolate, so. Jacob, what did you snack on this weekend?
So David, you'll be glad to know that I'm officially 1 week without any meat at all, any meat or
Wow.
like I'm fully vegan. I do have plans to have a pizza this Friday, but it won't have meat on it. It'll just have regular cheese because they don't have vegan
Awesome.
cheese at all. So that'll be it. But with that, I made I've been like really into meal prepping lately because I'm super lazy, if you don't know anything about me, and I don't like cooking. Well, I like cooking, but I don't like cooking every night. So I've been into meal prepping lately, and I just made tonight 4 batches of just rice, and I had some Beyond Meat that was going to expire soon, so I threw that in there, and curry, but I didn't have enough almond milk or coconut milk, and I was like, that's... So it's really just like kind of curry flavored Beyond Meat. And no like sauce or anything with rice, but it's good. It was really good. And then other than that, I haven't really been snacking a whole lot. So
That sounds good, Jacob.
Yeah, thank you. One week I'm starting.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. For me, I haven't really been like really trying to snack on anything. It's just been kind of boring food. I had some ice cream this weekend, but that was kind of it. It was chocolate ice cream with brownie and fudge chunks in it though. So I mean, just kind of went all overboard there. But other than that, I've been trying to like save my snacks for the weekend, and usually just like once a weekend, just because like I'm trying to be smaller, we'll say, and it's working. Not as fast as I want it to, but it rarely does. But yeah, man, let me tell you, chocolate ice cream with some fudge and some brownies in it, I'm all about it. It's very delicious. So I don't have any food reviews though. Sorry, Ed. Sorry. Ed, you have to bring 2 next week because you missed this week, so 2 food reviews. You're welcome.
I'm sure he's already ahead.
Homework, I know. I'm sure I'm sure he's in the... I don't know. This is why the McDonald's ice cream machine is always broken. Ed just asks for too much. I don't know. Anyways, that's been our Snack Tendo. Kind of a shorter segment this week. Usually it's a little bit longer. It's okay. It's okay.
Ed carries.
Yeah, Ed carries the Snack Tendo. Let's be honest. Shane actually carried it this week because he had a lot of good snacks. Because it's his birthday.
Shane, you always have good food.
I know.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I know I'm going to be on the podcast, usually I try to at least get something, ready for it.
I mean, your birthday weekend too is usually,
that always helps.
That's a good time.
Yeah. Well, it's time for Game Fact Advance. I don't know how does that usually say it. I should pay attention more when it speaks. Game Fact Advance. Yes. That was a really terrible Ed impression. I'm sorry. It was really bad. Jacob, you got this week's Game Fact Advance.
I do have this week's Game Fact Advance. So, as we all know, in Legend of Zelda, you can collect, usually after you defeat a boss, you get a heart container that increases your total life by 1. You can also typically collect anywhere between 4 to sometimes, I think in Twilight Princess it was 5, maybe 6, I don't remember the exact number, of heart pieces or pieces of heart to also increase that number. Typically, the total that you end up on most console versions of the game is 20. However, there has been some differences in that, including one as low as 8.
Ooh.
Usually, the handheld games, such as Link's Awakening and Oracle of Ages, you max out at 14 just due to the size of the screen. Mm-hmm. However, and I kind of want to know what y'all think of this. Maybe you know, but what is the lowest amount of heart total that you can end up with in a game? And the answer might surprise you.
Wait. Okay, so
what is the maximum heart total that is the lowest amount?
I think I know the answer to this, but I'll let someone else go.
Can't you do a 3 heart run? Can you just
Yes, but like if you maxed out your heart health bar, what is the lowest amount that you can get?
Oh,
what game has the lowest?
Okay.
Any guesses? Anybody?
I have no idea.
Typically, it's 20 to 16.
Shane should know. You're part of another Zelda
6.
podcast.
I'm gonna say 6.
So So, okay, well, the only thing I was wondering what you mean by maxing it out. Like, so you mean taking advantage of every heart possible? What's the lowest number of hearts you can end up with? Because otherwise...
Every permanent heart possible, what is the lowest number of hearts that you can end up with?
Okay, because what was throwing me off here is the demon statue in Breath of the Wild that lets you give up a heart. And so I was wondering if it was some kind of trick there.
Trick question? No.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though. I didn't think about that.
I'm going to guess... Oh, I've played every single Zelda game except Four Swords Adventures, the original. I'm going to guess 12.
Okay, so Shane was the closest, but he did go over. David, unfortunately, you should have played Four Swords Adventures because in Four Swords Adventure, you start with 4 heart pieces, and there is no way to permanently increase your life total in Four Swords Adventures. You can get items during each mission to give you fake heart pieces, but they go away at the end of the mission.
So it was literally the one that I hadn't played.
So yeah, four. That's the minimum amount. The highest amount is actually 60 in Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U and Nintendo Switch.
Oh, the definitive edition, essentially.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I just went out recently to my favorite retro shop, Pink Gorilla, and I was looking again for Four Swords Adventures, and it's just impossible to find. Shane, you were posting a picture of yours the other day, were you not?
Yeah, so I was one of those people that downloaded the 25th anniversary one, not knowing that it's exclusive for 6 months, and then I guess there was another run like a year later for 3 days, from like January 31st to February 2nd or something like that.
Yep.
So... I was lucky enough to have it, and I had played it a long time ago, and I didn't realize that I only had like 3 more levels and the boss to beat. So I just went and I just played it on vacation, and I beat it, and I'm like, wow, I guess I crossed that off the list. So now I only have Zelda 2 and Majora's Mask to beat.
I'm so jealous. Nintendo, if you're listening, give us everything on the eShop, you cowards.
That's fair.
Everything.
You must spit coffee all over me.
Even Wand of Gamelon. Give us Wand of Gamelon.
Yeah, they have to admit it exists first. So.
give us like a package.
Anniversary of those 3 games.
Yeah. Gosh,
Speaking of, are we going through those in timeline?
What the CDI game?
Zeldas?
Oh, you got to.
I mean, here's the thing though; they're not a part of the official timeline. And they're I've heard they're really hard to emulate. Like, I don't know why. There's some kind of technological thing that just...
It's too advanced.
Yeah.
It's too advanced for today's systems.
Yep.
That's why Nintendo's not bringing
back.
back.
So that was the Game Pack Advance.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. They should just package the CDI games with the really bad cartoon in one package and just let us have it.
They should remake them in Link's Awakening style.
Oh gosh, that'd be hilariously awful.
No, I feel like the art style for the CDI games is what makes them so great and bad at the same time, though, right?
Wow. Anyways, thanks for that Game Pack Advance, Jacob. I enjoyed it. Heart pieces are, I gotta tell you, they're the first things I track down because. As much as I love Zelda, I suck at games in general. So if I can boost my health, it's it's the first thing I do. Anyways, it's time to move on to. Hold on, let me write down timestamp. Family news. Right, I punched the air.
Yep.
David, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Ed. So our first story panel for today is that Hades is getting its very own Power A Switch controller. So this is from PJ O'Reilly at NintendoLife.com. Quote, Supergiant Games superlative roguelike dungeon crawler Hades, which arrived on Switch in a stellar release back in December 2018, is getting its very own Power A wireless controller. As reported by comicbook.com, and according to a recent tweet by Wario64, The slick red pad adorned with an image of Zagreus, I hope I'm saying that right, and various other symbols and icons from the game is now available to view on Amazon's website, although pre-orders have yet to go live. Officially licensed by Nintendo, Power A controllers do lack a few functions found on Nintendo's other Pro controller, most notably rumble support and an NFC reader. Apparently, the Hades Power A pad will officially release on September 17. So, for the panel, is Hades the greatest indie success story of the past 5 years? That's our first thing to consider. And then the second thing, what do you think of this Power A controller, and will you be getting one? So, Shane, let's go ahead and start with you. Have you played Hades before, and what are your thoughts on that?
Have not played Hades. I own it, sitting behind me here. I wanted to beat their other game, so I finished Transistor maybe a couple of months ago. Just haven't played Hades yet, but it seems pretty successful. Sold very well, but thinking of maybe another indie game that I think probably beats it, and it just made the cut. I think it came out in February 2016. Is Stardew Valley. I think that one has been more successful just because it's pretty much every platform, and one guy's doing it, and I know he's making tons of cash and
Yeah.
tons of DLC for us for free. So
that's a great catch.
Yeah, that's probably one that's beating it. So as for controller, it's great for collectors. Am I going to get one? Probably not.
All right, Jacob, what about you?
So first off, I'm just shocked that Stardew Valley came out within 5 years ago. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. That feels like it's just been out for forever. Yes, I do think Hades is super influential. I think that there are a bunch of indie games that are really influential, and I'm not entirely sure if I personally would put Hades up there with some of the other ones. Like Celeste really spoke to me personally. And I know it spoke to a whole lot of people as well. I think Celeste even was on the nominations for Game of the Year.
Yes, it was.
Well, so was Hades, though.
So
Hades
was Hades,
is one of the
yes.
final 5. Yep.
Yes, yeah. So like I know that there are some other indie games out there. The interesting thing to me is that my community, the Otter Kingdom, talked about this controller because we have a lot of big Hades fans in our community, and it was kind of a 50-50 split of like it was like a must-have, absolutely going to buy. There goes $40 versus it's kind of lazy. Like a lot of people were kind of like they feel like they could have done more. Like it just has Zagreus on it. It's just kind of like all of it is that single red color. There's no different button types, button colors and things like that. And I kind of lean more towards that side of it for the controller, although I don't know. I've never really like the only custom controller that I have besides Zelda is Monster Hunter, and that's super lazy. But like I love Monster Hunter, so I could see the argument for people who love Hades.
Well, the thing that bothers me, Power A is officially licensed by Nintendo to do these controllers. Why no Rumble feature or Amiibo support? Like that is ridiculous to me. And what kills me about it is
probably.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, then offer a range. Like, offer a range of options on the controllers because they have a Zelda one. It's a white one with Princess Zelda on it. That's just incredible with the blood moon in the background. And I wanted to get it, but like, I'm not gonna get a controller that doesn't have Rumble or Amiibo support. Like, that's ridiculous to me.
Especially in 2021.
Yeah, you definitely should do a wired one, cheaper one, and then a wireless. With those features.
Yeah.
Corey, you had some thoughts on this stuff.
I mean, for me, I don't know. Maybe it's just like growing up in the 90s and you get like parents or grandparents buying you third-party controllers that are like garbage. But I refuse to buy anything that's not made by the first party, whether it's like Xbox or Nintendo. And like, these controllers are cool, but like it's not made by Nintendo. So I mean, I'm going for the expensive Pro controllers. I don't care how pretty it is. In terms of the Hades one, like it looks cool, but like you said, it's missing features. It's just it's neat. You know, these Power A controllers are really neat, but like, I want the full experience, you know, and I want that Nintendo manufactured piece of hardware. I can't. It's just this weird thing that's stuck in my head. It's like you can't buy third-party controllers anymore, even if they're licensed.
That's so relatable. Like growing up in the same era, like that is so. Every time I hear third-party controller, my skin crawls. Like I just get so irritated.
Yeah.
I remember the N64, and they had like that just a gray one that didn't have the handles.
Yeah. It's that awful Mad Catz one. It was just like a.
It was terrible. And the joystick like laid to the right.
Yeah.
Try to get it to the
original
middle
Joy-Con drift.
Yeah. Why is it on the right? First of all, like you move with your left thumb. Why is the stick on the right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I would agree with everything except my absolute favorite controller is the Mad Catz Mini Wavebird controller. I don't know if y'all for the GameCube. So it was the wireless, but it was like tiny. And for some reason, I just really love, even though I have like huge hands, I really love that controller. And I didn't like that it was by Mad Catz, but I bought every time it died because it obviously died all the time. I would immediately go
out at least one good controller. That's probably it. So
yeah, I think the only third-party controllers I ever used regularly were there. Logitech made these wireless controllers for the original Xbox, and I used that one pretty regularly. It was just like this little dongle that hung off the console, and you could plug your memory cards into it, and then it had like a infrared sensor on it to read the controller. But every time you used more than two of them, like the signals would cross, and then everybody would be like, oh, why am I all of a sudden controlling that? It was just, if it was a bad multiplayer experience, and it was just like, God, even then.
What is y'all's favorite controller like feature? So for instance, I really loved the Dreamcast's memory card that you'd plug into the controller, and it would like show, it had the LCD screen or whatever
the
it was.
VMU?
It would show.
You're talking about the VMU, yes.
Yeah.
The Switch Pro controller is my all-time favorite controller. I absolutely love it, and you know everything about it feels great. You know, in terms of features that you're asking about, that it's not. The Switch controller isn't the first one at all to have this, but I love being able to turn on my system with the push of a button from the remote. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer. Gosh, I remember when that happened with the Xbox 360, and I was like, wow. And then then like sitting right next to it was the GameCube, and first of all, I had two controller extenders.
Yep.
Yeah.
I probably had like 15 feet of controller extenders hooked up to my controller, but I still had to get up and go turn on the console. I'm like, gosh, this is man, you're lucky. You're lucky GameCube's so good.
What about you, Shane?
Like that Wavebird, just knowing that I could sit 2 feet extra away from my TV.
Yeah. Gosh,
sitting in the floor.
Wavebird, what awesome. A great controller.
But still had to put batteries in it, but man, just that freedom, was awesome.
I used to like if I was doing multiplayer game sessions with friends, they would like go to the restroom and I'd click their little dial over one.
Yeah, because they had the different channels.
It wouldn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It's great.
The game, the Wavebird, just a great controller. Fantastic controller.
I think to this day, doesn't it still have the longest range of any wireless controller as well? I believe it does.
Because it has it though. Because of the little
of the batteries, I think.
Well, I think it's because of the channel thing. Because it just looks for the channel on the instead of. We all know the Wii U doesn't have great wireless.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Well, but the Wii U got us to the Switch, so it's
that's right.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, just to wrap up this particular story, getting back to most influential indie games, other ones that we'd probably want to consider, I think, Among Us, certainly, just you look at all the ways it's impacted. I mean, there was a story recently this week of Fortnite copying Among Us's gameplay, and the developers being a little frustrated by that. But, I mean, just culturally, that's been a force. Ori and the Blind Forest actually was it's 2016, I believe, was the release date. And certainly that has had a massive impact on indie games. So those are a couple that come to mind for me. I don't know if there's any others for you guys.
I would say Shovel Knight for sure.
Oh, yeah, Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's doing anything revolutionary, but what it does really well. And I feel like it really resonated with a lot of people. For sure, especially because he appears in like over 30 other games now. So,
yeah. The thing I'll say in wrapping this up with both Hades and Among Us is at the particular time they came out with the pandemic and everything, it really went a long ways towards establishing indies as a viable option for folks who otherwise were skeptical of indies prior to that.
Yeah.
So, I think that's something that is, was an accomplishment. So anyway, moving on to our next story here. WarioWare Get It Together gets a surprise demo release. This is from Patrick Nisley from at bossrush.net. Quote, a free demo of the upcoming WarioWare Get It Together has been released on the Nintendo eShop. Nintendo put out the demo on August 19th, 2021, stating it features a selection of micro games from the upcoming title. The full game is slated to release on September 10. This latest installment in the WarioWare series promises over 200 mini games, dubbed micro games, a story mode, and local multiplayer modes. It's available now to pre-order for $49.99 US dollars. Nintendo lists the official game description on the website as the following. Take on over 200 quick and quirky micro games, lightning-fast mini-games filled with frantic fun or solo with a friend. With his latest harebrained business scheme goes awry, Wario must use his signature style and smell to fix it. How? By playing a twisted collection of micro games, of course, from assembling a robot to pulling out a statue's armpit hair. The WarioWare Get It Together game is comedic, cooperative micro game mashup. All right, panel. Nintendo seems to be offering more demos lately in the lead up to game releases. What do you make of this strategy? Does this show Nintendo is more pro-consumer than its reputation, and will you be playing this demo? Jacob, let's get you in on this first. What do you think of this demo pattern that Nintendo has been doing lately?
I think it's good. I think that so not only have they been doing just more demos, they've been doing a lot more demos that transfer over to the full game when it comes out. And that is nothing but good for the consumer. It gives them the opportunity to find out if they'd even be wanting to purchase the full game. And then it doesn't waste their time by having them go through the tutorial and then have to go through it all over again and possibly even like I know I have lost interest in a game that I bought because I had to do the 3-hour whatever, and I was like, man, I'm not digging this anymore, and I thought I was. So that's really cool. And I hope that they continue to do this. I hope that we get demos for pretty much every big title that they put out. I hope that. And especially anything that uses their online. They Nintendo gets knocked a lot for having pretty terrible online and netcode. But this is a good way for them to like test the waters with things and make sure that everything's running smoothly so that maybe it doesn't have as much of a problem as it currently does.
Yeah, Corey, Microsoft, and I know that you're a big Xbox guy, has had a long history of doing betas. Halo just had a pretty successful one. How does Nintendo stack up with that, with this sort of demo pattern that they've been doing here? What are your thoughts on them being pro-consumer versus other big companies like Xbox?
I mean, I think Nintendo does what. I mean, Nintendo always does what they want, right? Like, I mean, it's just how they've always been. But I think they're coming around to realizing maybe demos of at least lesser known or maybe games that they think might not be as popular, to get a demo out there, a really polished demo, because I think that's something that Nintendo does well that the other companies don't really do, is like this demo is polished. This demo is ready to go. This demo is actually what you'll probably be looking at in the game, right? Monster Hunter Stories 2 did that. I think WarioWare is probably going to be similar. So, I mean, I think that's great to show off, hey, maybe we don't have the best online service. Maybe we don't have the best, the most powerful console, but look at our games. They're polished. Here's a demo. Try it out. You'll like it. And I think WarioWare is a good example. I think Advance Wars is probably going to get one, and I think that's going to sell that game a lot too. And sometimes people play demos, and like I've been sold on games from a demo before. Maybe a game I wasn't totally interested in, and then I play the demo. I'm like, oh wow, that's great. Let me buy that. So
yeah, I would say as a parent as well that I really appreciate it. Recent example where Nintendo got my money as a result of doing a demo was Monster Hunter Stories 2. My 9-year-old daughter really wanted to play it. I was like, I don't know, like if this is going to be too complicated for her. And it's going to be one of those things where I buy it for her and then she just never plays it. And I got her that demo and she just played the heck out of it. Like just so much. And like you said, Jacob, the fact that the stuff transferred over then, it made it so that she's always playing that game now. And, not only did we buy this game, but she's now a fan of that franchise. And every time something Monster Hunter comes up, because this was their first introduction to the series, she's paying attention. So just thinking about from like a business perspective, Nintendo just created a fan who's going to continue to buy games because of this demo that would have absolutely not happened otherwise. Shane, what about you? Anything to add to this? And will you be checking out WarioWare?
Well, demos are, of course, a low-cost solution for any business who's going to put these out. And when you do a demo, you've got pretty much one shot. If it's a bad demo, you're not going to attract any customers. So Nintendo is very good at putting the best of the best in everything that they do into demos and into their games in general. So, in the back of any business's mind is profit. So you do a good demo and you will get good, funds on it. So yeah, I think they're going to do well with every demo that they do. And I definitely will check out WarioWare. I love that series. So.
Last thought, just closing on this. It has been interesting. I was thinking about this question before the show, Nintendo's history with demos, and it is a lot easier now with everything being online. And one of my all-time favorite demos is the Legend of Zelda, anniversary demo disc that had the 20-minute demo of Wind Waker plus Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Zelda 1 and 2. And it used to be a pretty significant upfront cost to put out these demo discs. I think Metroid Prime Hunters had a similar kind of demo. And, they're not having to invest in that way upfront now. So it's really just a win-win situation for them.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to our third story. This is from Thomas Whitehead out of NintendoLife.com. Saber Interactive set to boost Switch porting business with acquisitions. Quote, with every successful product, there are offshoots and sub-industries. And for the Nintendo Switch, one of these is specialist porting companies. With Nintendo's hardware infrastructure being entirely different to work with than the relatively same-ish PlayStation and Xbox platforms, major publishers have sought out talented porting teams to get their games on the system. Some names pop up regularly and have benefited hugely from this industry. Panic Button springs to mind. Another name that pops up regularly in these Switch ports is Saber Interactive, which makes its own games in addition to working on notable releases like Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition and Crysis Remastered. Saber Interactive is now a sizable organization, itself taken over by Embracer Group in 2020. Which has been emphasized further with confirmation that it's acquiring 3 companies. The first is Demiurge Studios, which has primarily done work for hire on AAA titles. The other 2 acquisitions, however, suggest that Saber Interactive is aiming to strengthen its position further in the Switch porting space. First is Estonia-based Fracture Bytes, which notably worked on the Switch ports of Borderland Legendary Collection and Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 1 and 2. Next is Smartphone Labs, based out of Russia. It's worked in mobile ports, but is named as working on the upcoming Switch version of World War Z. In this, Saber Interactive was already the name attached to the zombie action title, so this acquisition seems to be formalizing an existing relationship. Their notable moves, and Saber Interactive is staying busy on Switch with Crisis Remastered Trilogy and Kingdom Come Deliverance among those titles on the way. Okay, so a little bit of setup with that story. I want to ask the panel, why are ports doing so well on the Nintendo Switch? Do these acquisitions by Saber Interactive mean that we'll see other big-time ports coming to Switch? And do you have any predictions or particular titles on your wish list? Corey, we'll let you get started. Why is it that Switch is doing so well with these ports when the Wii U was garbage for ports? What has changed so much for Nintendo that it's now a destination?
Well, I think the Switch is just popular, so I think people see the opportunity. It's a similar but different reason why the Wii, like why you saw weird ports on the Wii, is because like that console was so popular, everybody just saw boatloads of money dropping out of that console, and ring ring. Yeah, sorry everybody, my kid is just like screaming. He's got his teeth coming in the bottom, and it's just so sorry. I'll mute myself after I'm talking. So like one of my favorite ports on the Switch is The Witcher 3, right? It's definitely not as pretty as the Xbox version or the PC version. But I think a lot of people are seeing opportunities to double dip, specifically people who play on PC, because you can cross save with most games, which I think is a benefit to a lot of people. I know The Witcher does it. I know Civilization does it. I think XCOM does it. So I think a lot of people just see it as an opportunity to see their favorite games on the go with them. And I think that's more important to people now than ever. And I think that's why Valve is jumping in with the Steam Deck and is like, well, people have these super powerful PCs that they can play their games on, but what if they go on vacation and want to play games, right? You can take your Steam library with you. And I think Nintendo has shown us that handheld gaming is still relevant. It's still important to people. And you know, and they're finally capturing what I think they have been wanting to do since the Super Game Boy. Really is like play your handheld games on your TV and take them with you, and take console games with you. And third parties are seeing opportunities, right? Bethesda supported Switch for a lot of their games. You know, Darksiders 3 is a pretty decent sized game coming to Switch. So, yeah, I like to buy games on Switch with me because I don't get to play on my TV a whole lot. I mean, obviously, they're not the best versions of the games, but they're still totally serviceable, totally playable versions of the games. And yeah, just I think that's why.
Oh man, you got me thinking about Super Game Boy now. I love that. Shane, what about you? You know, with this acquisition, do you have any suspicion that we're going to see more big time ports? Is there anything that would be on your wish list for ports to the Switch?
Yeah, there's definitely lots on my wish list. Notably, Dead Space. We're getting that new remake. I hope they bring over the other three as a pack or something that we could play. I'm excited that Kingdom Come Deliverance is coming over. That is actually the game that allowed me to go to E3 2016. So that was kind of nice. And it's not going to happen probably anymore. I really would like Fallout 3 and New Vegas to come over, but with Microsoft acquiring them, I don't know if that's even a possibility or on the table right now. So
yeah, that's an interesting idea. And, you know, there has been some friendliness between Xbox and Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I almost wonder that if we would have to see Game Pass on Switch for something.
Yeah, I could foresee them having it exclusive on Game Pass or something for like a year. And since it's an older title, they could port it over, after a year or something to the Switch or whatever Nintendo has at that time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I think some games that I would really like to see ported to Switch are the Arkham series. I loved Arkham Asylum. I never got to play Arkham City. I think the third one is on Game Pass right now. So is Arkham Knights? I think it's the
and I think you could get it on PlayStation 5 as one of the 20 games for free or something like that.
Okay.
So
I think those would be great for the Switch. I would love to see those ported over.
I don't
know that'll happen. But
I'm actually really surprised that they haven't been ported over. At least the first two.
yeah.
I feel like those games. Ed and I have been clamoring for at least the first Tomb Raider. There's some games that were running on 360 that, they got Xbox One and PS4 upgrades, but they were running on less powerful hardware that I'm just shocked never made it over.
Yeah. The last one for me, Ed would get a kick if he was here. I would like to see some Sega games like Aliens, Colonial Marines make it over to Switch. The graphics are bad enough that it feels like it would run just fine on the Switch, and I want more Alien games on Switch.
Isn't Alien Isolation? Isn't that statistically the best version of the game? Is the Switch version?
I love it on Switch. I have it on Xbox as well, but I think it looks fantastic. Honestly, the graphics look too good to be on Switch, to be honest. That game is 6-7 years old now, and the graphics still hold up today. I don't know how they did that game so well. So let's move on to our next story. I think we lost Jacob there. So Jacob, I don't want to skip you, but I don't think you're here. So hopefully he comes back to us. So our second to last story here, our last story, Pokemon Presents recap. So we had a Pokemon Presents this last week. So this is from Ed at bossrushgames.net. Wednesday, the presentation announced information on the following games: Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Cafe Remix, Pokemon Masters EX, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. With this 30-minute presentation, the Pokemon Company delivered a lot for new and old Pokemon fans. With Legends being the highlight of the show and having a better reveal, it seems the Pokemon franchise has a lot to offer. So for consideration, were you excited by anything at the Pokemon Presents? What games stand out to you? Any disappointments? Jacob, you're back with us. Can we check in with you first? What did you think of that Pokemon Presents?
Sorry about that. My power just blacked out and then came back.
Oh no!
It's funny because as soon as you joined the call, I got kicked from the call.
I did as well.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm problems all over the place.
Causing problems.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think we lost him again. Look at his face. No. He looks so happy though. Screenshot that. Somebody meme that.
Oh, am I back?
Oh,
we're back. You're back. So
I'm so sorry.
We lost you right as you were about to tell us what you thought.
Don't worry, we got a good meme pick though.
Good, I'm glad. So I never played Diamond and Pearl, so I'm very, very excited for the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Learning more about that, having them announcing all the changing. I loved in X and Y when you could customize your character and change their outfit and stuff. So that coming back in a small way was great. I gotta be honest, not very excited for Arceus still. When it first got shown, it looked terrible. Some of the Pokemon just looked like PNG files that they overlaid to be kind of like a GIF. I'm not even joking. You can go back and watch that first reveal trailer. It looks specifically there's a Chimling or Chimchilling or whatever that looks really, really bad. And it looked better. It still doesn't quite look it doesn't look like Breath of the Wild, but it looks like Breath of the Wild, if you know what I mean. And I'm apparently the only one on the internet. Me and Rebellity are the only people on the internet, but I hate the new Growlithe form where he's got the.
I agree with you there.
Okay, good.
Growlithe is one of my favorite Pokemon, and they just what did they do to his face?
He looks so dumb. So we did a live reaction on my Twitch, me and my girlfriend, and when he popped up, he was he looks like a member of the Gang Green Gang from Powerpuff Girls. And you can go to my Twitter, it's true. I made a side-by-side and even edited it so his skin color matched, and he looks like the big guy from Gang Green Gang.
JoJo.
Yeah, exactly. It just, man, I hate that. The other ones are cool though. The Braviary and the Stantler, and
So
those are cool. But that Growlithe is
I did
absolutely
like the Stantler evolution, but Braviary, it was all right.
Yeah.
So Shane, go ahead and tell us more. So what are you looking forward to? What stood out to you about that presentation then?
So I don't really get disappointed by announcements. I just get happy for the ones I like, and the announcements are sort of like Pokemon. My favorite type is normal, so it's like it's just all normal for me. It's nothing stand out. So the Legend of Arceus is probably one I'm looking forward to, just because I like to try different Pokemon experiences. There's a lot of good ones and there's a lot of really okay ones. But what I was disappointed in is that they still don't have a new Pokemon trading card RPG game. Either remake or bring back the other one, or give me a new one, or add all the other cards so I can play something. I don't know. I really enjoyed the one for the Game Boy Color, and I'm surprised they have not done one since then, besides the online one for like iPad and all that. But
okay. Corey, take us home on this one. What stood out to you about the Pokemon Presents? Anything that you're looking forward to or disappointed by?
Well, the Growlithe form was definitely disappointing. No, I don't really have much to add. I think Legends Arceus is the first time I've been interested in Pokemon in a long time, and I just I hope that they clean it up a little bit before January, because I kind of agree with Jacob from that first reveal. It just kind of looked not great, but I think a 3D Pokemon game is what people want. I don't think this is going to be the version they want, but I think it's the first step into what people want from a 3D Pokemon game. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I've been kind of on the fringe of Pokemon fandom. My daughter is really into it, so that's why I bought so many Pokemon games. But Legends is the first one that has me really interested. I am curious, given that they're doing open world, given that it's so obviously mirroring Breath of the Wild, I'm curious if you'll be able to climb on the landscape at all in terms of exploration, or you're going to be limited to these pathways, in which case it's just the illusion of sort of open world. So that's one thing that I'm curious about. I've already pre-ordered my copy of Diamond and Pearl, so I got the double set. So whichever one my daughter doesn't want, I'll just take the other one. So that'll probably be my first real playthrough of a traditional Pokemon game. I think I actually was less excited about it after this presents than I was before, but I'll still play it through. So I think that's where I'm sitting with that stuff. All right, well, that is the end of our family news segment. So thank you, everybody. And Corey, we're going to send it back over to you.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to get through this as my kid is screaming like somebody's straight up murdering him. So, yeah, it's time for docked mode, everybody. Ed gave me this very nice readout here, so I'm going to read it. Should I read it like Ed, or should I just do it my own?
Read it like Ed.
Read it.
It seems that a lot of gamers have found new love in the Metroid universe. The same thing happened with the Legend of Zelda series and other Nintendo properties. So, Elite Block agents, my question to you: how does it feel when you experience a series for the first time that's been established for years? Does it open the possibility to play other similar franchises in that genre? David, I think you've been the most vocal and most kind of out there with your newfound love for Metroid. I'm going to go your way first. How does your newfound love of Metroid change the way you kind of feel about new experiencing franchises for the first time?
I mean, it's definitely made me more curious about other Metroidvanias. I've tried to get into them in the past and never could, and it was really, Metroid Samus Returns that kind of opened me up to it. But I will also say, just in terms of, experiencing a franchise for the first time that's been around a while, it's really exciting when it clicks for you, and then you all of a sudden realize there's like 11 other games to play through. Like
Absolutely.
it made me feel like I had an embarrassment of riches or something, because it was just like, okay, I had so much fun with, Samus Returns, and now there's all these other Metroid games to go back and play. Because I hate when there's like a new game that comes out that you really love, and then it's like, well, 6 years from now they might release another one. So yeah, I think that's really what I've taken out of it. I'm still limited on time that I get to play, being a parent and working and everything else like that. So I don't know how much I'll try other kinds of games in the genre right now, but definitely going back and seeing what I missed.
Yeah, I see Metroid is another kind of hole for me. I mean, I played Metroid Prime and I really love the original Metroid, but everything else, like all the 2D stuff, is just a big hole in my gaming
Start playing,
library.
You'll love it.
Well, but the thing is like I love Axiom Verge, which is Metroid. It's Metroid. Axiom Verge is straight up Metroid, and like I love that game, and it's just like, well, man, man, like, because we were kind of talking about quality of life stuff before we started recording with Samus Returns and hopefully Metroid Dread and stuff, and then you go back to like Super Metroid, and there's some things that like it could clearly, some quality of life stuff would really benefit a game like that. But Jacob, what about you? Have you ever found a new genre of game to play that you just absolutely love?
Yeah, so I actually also jumped into Metroid for the first time, really, since like taking it seriously after the announcement of Metroid Dread, and I keep waiting. So I've played through all of the 2D Metroids, including Metroid Other M, which is not as bad of a game as everyone thinks, but it does have a lot of problems. But I keep waiting for like my hype of the Metroid series to die down, and I haven't even played. I've got the Metroid Prime trilogy set aside to play, but I haven't started it because I keep thinking to myself, oh man, I might like Metroid more than I like Zelda. And everyone that I've told that to is like, oh, it's just hype, but I'm not even playing Metroid games right now, and I just want to be playing Metroid games. But it's super cool. It's super cool when you can jump into a new to you series, and even better when you do so with one like Metroid, where there are so many games. Nothing feels worse than when you get really into a new to you game, and then you find out that it was released 10 years ago and there hasn't been a word since on the series. It's kind of funny. I kind of feel bad for Ed because I feel like he kind of let loose this question on me and David when he couldn't defend anything about it. Because after the show last week, we got into it a little bit about how because maybe, and I don't want to speak for Ed, but I'm trying to gather my thoughts. It seems like there are some people out there, not Ed, but he was mentioning that some people feel like defensive when people get into their series that they love and they haven't been into it for the longest time. And I just don't really understand that, because it just seems like you would want more people. There's been this mass exodus of World of Warcraft players over to Final Fantasy 14 because of all the stuff going on with Blizzard right now. And I just keep seeing nothing but love for that. And I would feel the exact same way if all of a sudden all of the I don't know, the Halo fans were just like, whoa, Mario's great. Wow. I'd be like, yeah, look at all these other Mario games you need to play. Come on, get in here. Where have you been? Happy to have you. But Metroid in particular to this, it's cool because a lot of the games you can find really cheap. I picked up the entire Prime trilogy, not the trilogy collection, but just individual games for $20 total. So it's pretty easy to find a lot of them, and just more games to jump into means a better time.
Cool. Shane, what about you? Have you ever experienced something recently or found a genre that you've been really...
So, I don't know when it was, maybe a year or two ago, we got Rise of the Tomb Raider for free on PlayStation Plus. I had only maybe seen a demo of Tomb Raider a while, maybe 7 years ago. And I just, I never played it. But I played Rise, and it just gave me the feeling of Uncharted, and I love Uncharted. And I immediately after that one bought the first Tomb Raider for that trilogy. Played that. It was amazing. And then I had to go and I bought Shadow, but I think Shadow came out for free as well earlier this year. So I still have it in the plastic, and I played it on my PlayStation Plus, and man, I really appreciate those games. They're so much fun. And you know, I have the fifth, or is it Uncharted Legacy or whatever it is?
Lost Legacy, the best Uncharted game.
I have not played that one yet. I have it behind me. I haven't put it in. I'm waiting for the right time to play it. Maybe when I get my PS5, I'll pop that in. But the other series that I also really enjoyed was, I think when Life is Strange 2 came out, I decided I was going to play Life is Strange, the original one. And that's such an amazing game. I immediately played Life is Strange Before the Storm, and I played the Captain Spirit free demo. Then I played Life is Strange 2, and now I'm waiting for True Colors. And that series really got me into the whole, I want to say, like, you know, it's a little walking simulator like. So Firewatch was also, like, immediately I played that, and I'm like, yeah, this is my kind of genre. So basically any of those kind of games have just given me real joy lately, just playing walking simulators and you know, Uncharted, Tomb Raider type games while we're waiting for Zelda. So
yeah, Tomb Raider for me, Ed and I are huge Tomb Raider defenders. We actually like that series more than Uncharted. I know that's very you know, not a popular stance, but I especially Rise and Shadow are just top notch action adventure games.
I played the was it the DLC for the Rise, and it's that witch you have to go back by the
Baba Yaga,
yeah, and you know, go through that whole. It reminded me of doing the Scarecrow levels on Batman Arkham. It was so awesome. But I had Uncharted, the first one, on my PS3, and I almost stopped playing this series because I didn't really care for Uncharted when it came out. So I could see why, you know, if you're comparing them, I kind of like the Tomb Raider as well. So
yeah,
though I did like Uncharted 2 a lot, and 4 was really well done. So
yeah, Uncharted 1 is like, it almost has like Assassin's Creed syndrome, where like that first one kind of laid the groundwork. It was like, okay, this is a cool concept. It's just not quite there yet. And then Uncharted 2 just really nailed that genre and really just nailed I mean, Uncharted 2 is like, it's still probably my favorite Uncharted, although I think Lost Legacy proved that they could do Uncharted without Nathan Drake. We can have a whole conversation about that another day. But yeah, for me, what were you gonna say, Shane?
I totally agree with the Assassin's Creed thing, because that first one, I didn't want to play Assassin's Creed 2 because I did not like the first one at all. So 2 was amazing, and Brotherhood was my favorite.
That back.
So
Brotherhood is the best one.
Altair Ibn Lahad is the best assassin in the entire Assassin's Creed series.
Well, he killed me on it, so that's why I didn't like it.
It's funny. I know people don't really like. Well, there's like a clear divide of like classic Assassin's Creed and like the new direction they're going with Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla.
I bought all the Assassin's Creed up to, I think, Syndicate. I haven't finished 3. I haven't opened 4. I haven't opened Unity. I haven't opened Syndicate.
Black Flag is so good.
3, so.
Black Flag is so good.
I keep hearing that. I got to try it. I wasn't a fan of the boat in 3, so I'll have to see how it is in 4.
Oh, well. I mean, if you're not a fan of boats, you might as well just stop now, because they're in Origins, they're in Odyssey, they're in Valhalla, I think they're in all of them.
All right.
But
I have an interesting story about Assassin's Creed. Sorry, but I always have to tell it every time it's brought up. I was a really big Assassin's Creed fan. However, at the midnight launch of Assassin's Creed, I want to say Revelations. I was working at GameStop at the time. I was one of the managers, and I was doing the midnight launch because I love the series. And we got robbed at gunpoint. And now I can't play Assassin's Creed anymore because anytime I start playing it, all I get are the feelings of like that entire situation.
No.
It's like a PTSD thing, and I can't enjoy the series anymore. Like at one point, I had a gun. The two people that were robbing us had the gun pushed to my temple and to the back of my head while I was trying to open the safe for them.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's
So
intense.
that's my story.
I have a similar story that has nothing to do with video games, but it's a story for a different day. Well, no, I'm going to tell it now because it's short.
All right.
Well, my roommate in college found out that he was selling drugs out of our dorm room, and he called me to come pick him up from somewhere, and I had no idea because I was a naive 19-year-old who just wanted to go to art class and, play sports and hang out with friends and, that kind of stuff, and, play Kingdom Hearts while everybody was in the other room playing Halo. You know what I mean? So, that's where I was at. So me and my friend went to go pick him up, and yeah, I've never seen a gun so big. Like it was like I don't even know what it was, but it was really scary. And you just sit there with a gun to your head. It's just not. It's terrifying. So I feel your pain there, Jacob. So
It is. It's freaky. But I did have a question relevant to the story, unless you wanted to go about what
I can go after your
game
story.
series
We
that
have
you got
time.
into. Well, no. So my question was, has there ever been any series that y'all have tried really, really hard to get into constantly and you just never can? Like not one that you're like, oh, well, I tried. It wasn't for me. But like every time it comes out, you buy it. You're like, this is going to be the one. And then you just fall flat.
Pokemon for me. I bought, and I probably buying the wrong ones, but like I bought Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Sword, what other ones? Pokemon Go, which I know is just its own thing, but like every time I try to get into it, it's just like it's not grabbing me.
Yeah. Mine has always been the Dragon Age series. I have a love-hate relationship because I buy it and it sounds like it would be right up my alley, all fantasy and stuff. But then as soon as I start playing it, I get about 5 hours in and I'm just like, nope, there's another $60 down the drain.
Origin was amazing. I got all the way to the end and I wasn't leveled up enough to beat the boss, so I never beat it. Pissed me off, but I the second one was terrible, and I tried the third one, and I didn't like it either. But one series that I don't like is Mass Effect. So
Ooh,
I
ouch.
tried
Ouch.
multiple times, and to be fair, I didn't try the second one. I tried the first one and the third one, and I probably should try the second one, but I always wanted to play the first one and then transfer the data to the second one, and it just never happened. So
Yeah, that first game. Well, I haven't tried it on the Legendary Edition yet. But that original first game is really tough to go back to because it's very RPG and not. It looks like a third-person shooter, but it's not a third-person shooter. Yeah. It's really tough. But for me, honestly, it was kind of like the open world action RPG kind of genre. Like it just
Skyrim.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on Skyrim. Dude.
Same, dude.
It's
Skyrim and Mass Effect for me because I get so overwhelmed.
I don't.
But Breath of the Wild is an open world RPG action game.
No, it's not.
It literally is. That's literally its
not.
genre. No, it's literally an action RPG. That is literally how it's called. Like, listen.
Skyrim. I played for. Talking about a game that I've started probably 5 or 6 times that I've just never. I don't get it. I just don't get it, which is hilarious because I know it's kind of just like, Zelda, but for people who enjoy blood and vampires and whatever else. On paper, it's like I don't know what it is. I like The Witcher and I like Zelda. Skyrim should fit in that oh look, it's like right in the middle. No, I've played it. I've played the first hour of that game 6 times, and I just can't get into it. But
same for Witcher 2 for me. I tried playing it, couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I have Witcher 3 sitting behind me. I have not opened it, never played it.
The thing about The Witcher 3 though, The Witcher 3 is just like a completely different game than The Witcher 2. Like The Witcher 2 is, you have to commit to The Witcher 2, and you just got to understand what kind of game it is, and you just got to go. The Witcher 3
almost like the Dark Souls series for me too. You know, I'll play them. I tried like Bloodborne. I actually like that a little better, but I just can't stand sitting there for hours and hours and not being able to progress because I just suck at it. So
that's it. I got to write that topic down because that's a good topic. Is like, why do people think Dark Souls is hard? I mean, I understand, but like, I think it's a good topic of discussion because I think it's more about people. This generation of people who are playing games are very impatient. And Dark Souls is all about finding patterns and grinding to get stronger.
Yeah. And to be fair, I really like Demon Souls. I played that for a while, and I never beat it, but I like that one. But when I played Dark Souls, I know it's kind of the same thing, but I just never could get into it. I want to try the new Demon Souls remake, but...
What's really interesting, you mentioned being patient. David could probably speak to this as well, and Shane, but like Ocarina of Time is so slow for combat. Almost every enemy is like you just have to wait for them to give you an opening and then you can hit them. And it's never like 2 hits and they're dead. It's always like 5 or 6. Yeah. I just played through that game again, and there were many times where I was like, come on, like just go, let me get past this.
Yeah.
Can I jump in? I have one more series that I've tried really hard. I've gotten 3 different games, and each one I've failed to get into, and it's Resident Evil. And
that was going to be my other one was Resident Evil.
I love horror games. I love survival horror, and I love shooters. And every time I've tried to get into them, Game Pass on Switch, I just hasn't grabbed me. So I'm going to keep trying. At some point, I'll get Resident Evil 8, but I just...
Which ones have you played, David?
5 was on sale recently on the Switch shop, and that one was just hot garbage. Like the aiming, being a shooter essentially first, like has not aged well at all.
I hate that you're supposed to.
I could see that, but when you play Resident Evil 6, 5 feels really good.
Okay, see, that's not a good sales pitch.
See,
6 is terrible.
But
4 and 7 are I love them.
Okay, and 7 is the Biohazard one, right?
Yeah, that's the first.
I have it downloaded on Game Pass, and I've only given it like 20 minutes, so I need to go back to it. But
if it's scary by itself, normal. But at E3, I played it in VR mode, and that is terrible.
Oh my god!
I did not play that again in VR. But Resident Evil Revelations 1 and Revelations 2 are amazing.
Yeah,
so give those a try too.
Yeah, David, I'm with you. Like Resident Evil is a series that I've always been like the lore and just how ridiculous Resident Evil's lore is, and like the characters are cool. The lore is ridiculous. I like the idea of Resident Evil. First of all, don't do spooky games. If they were just action games, I would be all about it. But I played through the remake on GameCube and I really liked it, and that's the only Resident Evil game I've played longer than like an hour.
Okay.
And I really like that first game because I mean it's not really scary. It's just like, whatever. I mean it's scary, but it's not like 7 in VR. You know what I mean? It's just
right.
But like I'm really fascinated by the lore and how everything still connects, even though it's how ridiculous it gets. It always still just comes back around and connects somehow. It's really fascinating. Anybody else have anything else for docked mode? Any more genres? Nope, no more questions. Sorry, Ed. None. 0. But that's gonna do it for docked mode. We're gonna get into. Hold on, I gotta do it. Playing with power. I did it.
Power Rangers.
I did it.
That was great.
Gosh, Power Rangers. By the way, I've been listening to a Power Rangers podcast called called Armed and Rangerous, where they review the original run of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It is so entertaining. It's so much fun. It's on Giant Bomb. It's so good.
That's quite the name. I love that.
I know, it's really good. It's a great name for a show. But playing with power, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. Shane, I'm going your way first, even though you just took a big sip, and that was probably the most inopportune time, so I'm giving you time to swallow your beverage.
So on Switch, I've been playing Spirit Fair. I don't know if you guys played that at all. Really interesting. It's like a side scroller, but you're on a boat. The goal is basically you help people, or not people, animals, cross into the afterlife after you help them do their last deeds, basically. And it's interesting because you can go to all these different islands, you mine for things, you pick up different vegetables, mushrooms, all sorts of stuff, and you help all these people. And then on the boat, you can expand your boat. You can add front ends onto the boat that can break through the ice or break through the rocks, so you can get farther on the map. There's farming on your boat. You can get sheep to get wool, and then you can get a place where you can it's a loom basically, and you can make wool into thread, and you can make cotton seeds into thread, and do all sorts of stuff, and just keep expanding. And then you create the houses for your guests, and you customize the houses, and you feed your guests, and you cook for your guests. And it's just really interesting. You go fishing off your boat. Just really cool. You can even get barnacles on the side of your boat when you jump off of it, and you can sell them, and you can. It's really cool.
Sounds like a 2D Animal Crossing.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's a sim exploring cooking simulator. I don't know how to describe it, but it's fun, and it's been like there's lulls in it where I'm like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but it's really just fun just to sit there and go explore and try to figure out what you're doing. Then you get powers, and you can jump high with your hat and fly, and you can glide with your hat, and there's like zip lines you can go up with your hat, and double jump, just stuff you.
Is it multiplayer at all, or is it like in the way that Animal Crossing you can interact with other people, or is it just single player?
I think it's just single player, and then you just interact with your other people that are on there. So, I've been playing that, and 2 days ago my wife wanted to download Pico Park, and I don't know if you guys saw that.
That game is crazy.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So one of the cool things about it is you can play up to 8 players, but you do different levels, and you're tethered together. So like if one person jumps and then the last person jumps, you can have someone like float underneath the bridge you're crossing and get a key to unlock a door. There's timed things to get all the coins, and then you have to get to the door. There's like colored blocks. You can only push with the person that's the same color can push, or you have to be on these pressure sensors that has a number on it, and like if it says 3, all 3 of you have to be on it, or all 4 of you have to be on it, or whatever. But my daughter's only 4, and she's having a blast. She'll pretty much commit suicide all the time, but we say, you got to do this, and then eventually she'll get it. But it's fun. So I'm glad we picked that one up. I've been playing We Happy Few on PlayStation 4. I was hoping it was a lot like BioShock, and in some ways it is, but it's getting to the point where I'm like, should I keep playing it? I'll give it a little more go to it, but we'll see. And then for my birthday, my brother bought me Death's Door on Steam, and that's the one with the raven with the sword. It kind of reminds me of like a Zelda dungeon crawling type thing. I've only played for about a half hour, but so far I'm already addicted to it, so I'll probably play through that. So
perfect Switch game, Death's Door, but it's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
exactly. Cool. Yeah. By the way, Spirit Fair is still on Game Pass, I think, too. So if anybody wants to try it out before you purchase it on Switch, because you should support the developer. Yeah. Speaking of demos, Game Pass is a great place for demos.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I try games out on Game Pass, and then if I like it, I usually just buy it on Switch because, well, I think that's usually how double dipping works at this point for me. David, you are playing some Metroid. You slayed a Metroid today, I think I saw on Twitter. You're so excited.
I did. I beat the Queen Metroid, which was just an amazing battle. The thing, there's so many similarities between the Zelda and Metroid franchises. Not necessarily in the gameplay, but just the kinds of things that each series values. They both value exploration, using items in a way, and very intricate boss battles that you have to like figure out tricks. I'm at the point now where I think Metroid has better boss battles than Zelda, and I'm a lifelong Zelda obsessed. I work for Zelda Dungeon, right? Like I love Zelda. But the thing I like about Metroid is that you feel so accomplished when you beat a boss in Metroid, because you learn through the school of hard knocks. Like you have to die 20, 30 times sometimes, and then you finally get all their patterns down, and it's just awesome. So I'm loving that. And the Queen Metroid battle today was fantastic. So I've been playing, Metroid Samus Returns, and other games that I've been playing right now. The game that I play with my kids all the time is Fortnite, and that season's about to end, and a new one's coming here in September. I'm not happy about how they did the devs of Among Us wrong, but
did you get your Ariana Grande and Will Smith skins?
I did not, but I wish I got a Will Smith skin, because if I had one celebrity crush all my life, it would be Will Smith. Anything Will Smith is in, I will see. I love Will Smith, but no, I did not get his skin.
I have an issue. So wasn't this season in Fortnite all about like an alien invasion?
It was.
Why didn't they use the Men in Black skin?
So it was rumored that was going to happen, and I actually wonder if the season finale is going to have Men in Black. So we'll see. There's just too many coincidences, like you're saying, with Will Smith, with Alien. We'll see. It's like a match made in heaven.
They probably did do it, and they used the little flash pen, and we forgot.
Yeah, right. It's just gone.
They
that
usually
was a great emoji.
That was great.
They usually do 2 skins per character, though, right? Like, usually. So maybe that's the second skin, right? Because like the first one's the Bad Boys skin, I think, is the first one.
Yeah. Oh man, that emote would be great. The little flashy thing.
Awesome.
So. The last games that I've been playing, though, and it's coming to Switch soon, is Plague Tale Innocence on Xbox Game Pass. And, of course, the original and the sequel are coming to Switch here soon. And I cannot say enough about how incredible that game is. It has absolutely sucked me in. And I love, like, sort of historical dramas anyway. And so to feel like I'm in the Inquisition and, the plague sweeping Europe, like that game is fascinating, and the rats are haunting. So
I think I downloaded it for the PS5 on my app, because, if you can download the games that are free for PlayStation Plus from your app. So when I get my PS5, I can then actually download the game. So
have you played it before, Shane?
I have not. So that's why I'm waiting to play it.
You got to tell me when you play it. It's
okay.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Jacob?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I just finished another playthrough of Ocarina of Time on stream. I'm playing through, and I'm pretty much done with Link's Awakening again, because I replay that once or twice every year. What else? I've kind of fallen off a little bit of Pokemon Unite, but that's mostly because I just don't have time to play it every single day. I want to play some other games. Been playing a lot of Minecraft again still. Again, don't know if y'all have heard about that game, but it's pretty dang good.
I hear it's okay.
Good. I suggest you check it out. Yeah,
it's popular with them kids, they say.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do in that game. And then I've started getting back into shiny hunting on Pokemon, so I've been kind of in my free time doing max raid or adventure dens or whatever they're called, shiny hunting the legendaries, and I've had no luck in that. Still looking for an RPG though. It was either Ed or David that suggested Secret of Mana.
Ed did, yeah.
Ed did. Okay, yeah. But I don't have that one. I was kind of hoping because I have a bunch of RPGs that I just haven't ever even started. So I was hoping to not spend money, but still, if you've got an RPG recommendation at Galutrad on Twitter.
Have you played through Xenoblade yet?
I haven't. I've got the 3DS version. I don't have the Switch version, so I might try that.
Did you play on anything else besides Switch and 3DS?
Not really. I mostly play Nintendo. I do
was
have a PC, so if it's something that's cheap on PC, I could pick it up. But
all right, because I love Tales of Symphonia.
Yes,
and I picked it up on Steam for cheap, even though I have it for the GameCube, and such a good game. So
yes,
yeah, but the Steam version is in HD.
Yes.
There's that new Tales of Arise game.
Oh, I know. That demo is out. Oh, dude, I can't wait for that. Can't wait. I'm pulling an Ed, though. I'm not downloading the demo. I'm going to go in fresh.
No, pulling an Ed would be downloading the demo, but then not playing it.
That's fair.
You would download the demo, buy it for Switch, buy it for PS4.
There you go.
Poor Ed. He's never going to miss a show again.
Nope.
Yeah. That's what he gets for not being here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rag on him. We're gonna give him a hard time. I haven't actually been playing much on Switch. I've played a little bit more Mario Golf just in bed, but I've been so busy doing other things, and my daughter's starting preschool soon, and we had to deal with that flood last week, which was bad, and it just haven't really gotten a lot of time to play things. I did, however, last week took a little bit of time. I played Destiny a lot, just because I'm trying to get ready for the new season and everything, and prep it, because the next couple weeks for Tower Casuals is going to be just busy. Yeah, I don't know another word for it. It's just going to be busy. With the big reveal tomorrow and the new season, and a lot of stuff got leaked, which we're sifting through all the leaks. We don't know who it was, like a disgruntled employee or whatever, but kind of leaked the next 2 to 3 years of Destiny content. So we're kind of sifting through that. There's also a rumored, as of right now, a rumor that there's going to be a 16th season, because this, long story short, the seasons usually last about 2.5 to 3 months. This one's going to be about 7 because they delayed the Witch Queen. So in the middle of that, they're dropping a mini season that's going to be a celebration of Bungie's history. So there's going to be Marathon and Halo crossover with new armor, and the rumor is the exotic weapon's going to be the Halo 1 pistol. So there's all kinds of rumors floating around that. Not sure yet. Don't want to get anybody too excited, but seems like that's happening. So I played that. I also played Splitgate for the first time last week, which is they're billing it as Halo meets Portal.
Oh, I've seen this.
So it's fine. I would rather play Halo. I'm not real great at it. I'm not real great at using the portals. But it's fun. I played it with some friends, but it was just it felt like a game we were playing because we were playing it together, instead of I'm going to go play Splitgate this weekend. As soon as we hop off the podcast, I'm going to go play. No, it's not. I'd rather just play Halo or Destiny or Zelda or something else. So that's kind of it for me. But mostly it's been kid stuff and dealing with the flood stuff last week. Although my wife dealt with most of it because she was home, and what a trooper. I don't know how my wife does it. I think there's 4 of her, and she just I don't get it. I don't understand. David, you're a parent. Kids are I'm home from work for 2 hours before they go to bed, and sometimes I just want to pull my hair out. She's here all day with them because she works from home, and it's just oh my gosh, I don't understand how you do any of this. But that's going to do it with Playing with Power, and that's going to do it for Nintendo Pow Block this week. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. You should check out bossrush.net for all of our content, our Boss Rush banters, our podcasts, our other editorials and news and stuff going up. Shane, thank you for joining us for this episode. Happy birthday! This was your birthday gift from Nintendo Pow Block.
Well, thank you.
We kicked Ed out and brought you on. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
You can find me at Another Zelda podcast, writing articles there and podcasting. You can find my articles on Boss Rush Network now. And you can follow me on Twitter at StillSaneShane.
Nice. Well, thanks again for joining us. We really enjoyed having you. You're welcome anytime, obviously. David, where can we find you?
You can find me on bossrush.net. And if I could just plug an article, this weekend I wrote an editorial on why Metroid deserves to be considered one of Nintendo's great franchises. So check that out. I also write for ZeldaDungeon.net. And you can find me at David Lasby on Twitter.
Jacob.
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Galutrad, Galutrad.
Nice. We gotta, by the way, Jacob, just to give you a compliment. It's not from me, but I mean, it is from me, but it's not from me. We've got some feedback in saying that you have a really good, powerful voice.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen, if anyone is out there that needs any sort of voice acting work at all, I will do it for free because I just want to create a portfolio. And that's something that I've been working on a little bit, is writing down lines to record for myself so that I can just start tossing it out at people, like in game development and stuff, just to be like, here. And then they'll never respond, but at least I tried. That's something I've always wanted to do. So,
if I ever make a game, I'll let you know.
Yeah, man. That deal's only good for like 2 years until I get famous for voice acting. And who's the guy who did Nathan Drake? What's his name?
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking because he does
super famous for voice acting.
Nolan North. He does every character in
Nolan
Destiny
North.
now too, because
so you can only get me for free until I reach that point. Then I got to start charging.
Gosh, how did we forget
get in
that?
early?
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter. You can find me on bossrush.net. You can find me on Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast, and right here on Nintendo Pow Block. I want to thank everybody so much for watching and or listening. Remember, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review and 5 stars. We will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, Gannon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.